Making a wall shelf using Autodesk Inventor 2018. So to start off with, we will start with the top of the shelf. So start 2D sketch. From there, we'll take the XZ plane and make our basic shelf. So we're just going to make this one at 24 inches. So click on basically rectangle, center circle, by the way, or center point, dimension afterwards, and we're going to dimension it. Let's make this one 24 inches. And let's make the width of the shelf, I don't know, let's make it 6 for something to do. So there's 6 inches. All right, so I'm just going to finish or get rid of the dimensions. I'm going to fill it now. So let's fill it, and let's do a 1-inch fillet. And we're going to fill at this corner. One's not enough. Let's just make that 2 right away. Okay, and we'll go over to here, and I think 2 is a lot better. And we can close this off. We'll just double click this and make that one 2 as well. All right, so there's my top. We'll finish the sketch, and the next thing we do is go extrude, and there's our extrusion, and as always, a piece of wood that's 1 inch thick. By the time you use a jointer in the planer, it will be 3/4, so we'll change that to 3/4. And finally, we'll just take the edges and round them a bit. So we're going to go to fillet, and I'm going to take this radius, change it to 0.25, and we'll take this top one and the bottom one. We'll radius both of them. Yeah, sure, what the heck. We'll radius both of them, see what it looks like. So there's our basic, and our material we're going to use. We'll click on the part, and I'm going to use in here Inventor. Let's go with Autodesk materials. Let's see what's in this one. So let's go to the bottom. This is wood walnut. Let's go up to here to maple or something. Let's see what maple looks like. So I'll scroll up to maple a little bit farther. There's maple. Okay, so there's our material there. And that's kind of it. And you see the lines right now. I can get rid of those lines. Over here, I'm shaded with edges. I'm going to change this just to shaded. That's better. All right, so we'll save this. And you can see I've already kind of got some saved in here. So we're going to save it as top. And we'll hit save, replace it, yes. Okay, there's our top piece. Let's go do our side pieces. So actually, no, we'll just do the support underneath. So we're going to go File, New part. And in this part right now, we're going to 2D sketch again. Let's go from this plane and a rectangle. And we'll make this one. Now, I don't want to go all the way to 24 because the shelf then has to have sides to it. So I'm going to make this right now. I'm going to make this 20. And you'll see why in a few minutes. So that one's 20. And let's make the height of this. Let's make it 3 for something to do. Again, we can always change this. And finally, I'm going to do a bit of an arc. So I'm going to take arc, and I'm going to go from this center point here to here. And I'm just going to put an arc up like this. Go to line, and I'm going to put my mirror line. And click, oops, hang on a second, just hit right mouse click and hit OK. And then I'm going to mirror, so I get this one identical. So I'm going to take that as the part, then I'm going to go, so I selected the part that I want to mirror. Then I go mirror line, I'm going to pick that line I created there, and go apply. There's that. And then I'm going to trim out this bit of piece here and this piece there, and we'll leave it there. Go finish and scroll out, and once again extrude, and we're going to extrude that to 3/4, so 3/4. Okay, and click on OK. So there's 2 pieces made. So I'll go File, and so I'll go Save, and we're going to call this one the support. I've already made one, so I'm going to go over top of it, replace it. Oh, I forgot to add color to it. So that color there, and we're going to use maple again. So can I actually just press M for maple? Oh, I can, I guess, at the beginning of M's. That's better. So now we've got maple. If I look at it, you can see the grains running the wrong way in it. So what I can do is come up to adjust, and adjust is actually this one. And what I'm going to do is rotate this, and it's kind of maybe hard to see in the video, but I've rotated it 9 degrees to make sure the grain goes the right direction. And click on OK, and when I zoom in, you can actually see the grain going the right way now. Maybe it's a harder one to look at. So I'll leave these little points here for now. We can always adjust it later. Hit save, and then finally what I'll do is I'm going to create a new one, and it's a standard part, and I'm going to do the side pieces, so the ends. So 2D sketch, this plane again. I'm going to start by making a box, and maybe we'll make the box like this. The width up here is going to be 5, and I'll scroll out, and I'll make this one, let's say it's 6. So there's my basic start. Now, how do I make some nice curves in here? Well, we can take a circle, and I'm going to find the center of this, and just go out to the edge, like that, and you'll see what I'm doing in a second. I'll just trim right away, that off so it doesn't confuse you. And another circle. And I'm going to make this circle from here. No, we're going to kind of come up about here. And I'm going to make the circle to there. Don't worry about it. You'll understand it in a second. Trim here for now. And I make a third circle, and I'm just going to make it out here right now. Just make it bigger. Now, I'm not going to put any dimensions on it yet. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to constrain this circle to these two. So I'm going to use right here, this is called tangent. So I'm going to click tangent, and this one's going to be tangent to that. Tangent means it only touches a circle in one spot. So if I was to zoom on here, they touch each other exactly in a spot right there. If I was to keep zooming in, you eventually see it. I'm going to scroll back out, and I'm going to tangent this to that. Okay. Now, let's do some trimming. Trim off all that stuff. Trim off this, and we'll zoom in and trim off that. Trim off all that, and finally trim this. And we'll trim that one out. And what? Not last but not least, those ones. Whoops, can't do that one. Doesn't like that. Trim that one. Trim that one. And look, we're almost there. Trim this one. Might not let me do it. No, it doesn't. Hit escape. Highlight that piece. Hit delete. Highlight this piece. Whoops, highlight that piece. Hit delete. Now you can see the shape I have. Now I'm also going to do one more thing. This is called perpendicular. Okay, so I'm going to perpendicular this one and this one so nothing can change. And that way, when I add dimensions, I can take this dimension here. Let's take this one first. Oh, I can see something still. So I'm going to put that dimension in there. I'm going to put this dimension in here. And oops, I forgot to go right in there. There's one more. So I'm going to go trim for a second. Trim that one out. All right. So that shape actually looks pretty good. But if I want to change something, double click this, and I'm going to make that 1. You see it went a little bit bigger. I can take this, let's put that one to 3. You can see it went in a little bit. So we can maneuver some of this stuff. Now let's see if I do this one here, still going to screw me up? Yeah, it is. The reason why is I actually snapped it to here. So we're not going to worry about that one in this tutorial, but I can show you other stuff. So that actually looks like a pretty good shape. So we're going to finish the sketch. From this sketch here, we're going to go extrude. Once again, how far are we extruding it? 3/4. Oops, there we go. Click on OK. And my color again is going to be maple. So come up to here, get in here, M for maple. Scroll down a few more. There's my maple. Look at the way the grain's going. Yep, it's going the right way. Save this one. And we just go and save it as, oh, this is going to be called sides. Save, replace it, yes. All right, so we have our top, we have a support right now, and we have a side. That concludes part 1 of this tutorial. The second part will be assembling it, and that is it.